Good morning, everybody, and it is a good morning. It is glorious out here right now. I don't know. I don't want to push it too far toward the sun there, but look at the blue sky up above and the puffy clouds and the trees. Oh, they're all going to be turning real soon. And there's one of my puppies eating some food over there. Just really nice to sit up here at the cottage and soak it all in. And it's a little chilly right now, but it's going to be a warm one later on today. And it's reminiscent to me of the psalm that we have for this Sunday, although this part of it, looking at nature and the beauty that surrounds us and the sun, well, we're not going to be using that part of the psalm. That comes in the first 6 verses. We're going to the next half, 7 through 14, and there we talk about God's law, God's Torah, His instructions. In fact, there's 6 different words that are used to describe the Torah or the law of God in this very short passage. But you know what? You can't forget the first half either. You have to keep in mind all this talk about seeing God present in nature, because the psalmist, somewhere along the way, the editors put a couple of psalms together. That's a very common thought among scholars now. And one of the reasons why is in the first 6 verses, the word for God that we have translated God in our scriptures, our English scriptures, is El, E-L. Whereas in the second half, it's Yahweh, the great I am. So could they have been 2 separate psalms? Could it have been 3 separate psalms? Because when you break the second half down even a little bit more, from 11 through 14, there it's the psalmist kind of speaking his or her own response to seeing all this, and not only seeing the beauty of God in nature, but also how God is so awesome in giving us His law, His instructions that help keep us walking in the right pathways so that we don't slip and fall. Although that's not really in here, because what it says in here is, more to be desired are they than gold, even much fine gold, sweeter also than honey. Man, when I read that, and the drippings of the honeycomb, I want to go out and find some honey and start eating it right now. That's how good God's law is. But I think it is important to kind of keep them all together, although we're just focusing on the second half for this Sunday. But it's got to stay all together because, well, just think of it. If this was Coffee Shop Thursday right now, you know what we'd be doing? We'd be picking up our cup of coffee, see, with my beautiful autumn leaves on it. And we would be arguing, oh, I don't need church. At least someone would be. I can see God just by going out and camping every weekend and seeing Him in nature and seeing His beauty and His awesomeness and seeing Him in the birds and in the sun and in the cloud. Okay. Yeah, I think that's true. I think that's what the psalmist says in the first part. But there are also those people who would look at you and go, are you crazy? What about the hurricanes and tornadoes and floods and animals chewing up each other and even animals chewing up human beings? You call that God revealing Himself in nature? Well, it is an awful part of nature, isn't it? But the thing is, the psalmist here, and possibly the editors of the Psaltery, the whole thing, said, it's not such a bad idea. We put together these 2 little psalms that we have and have a little thing at the end giving some last minute praise to God for what He's done, and also some prayers of supplication to God as well. That's all included in the last part of our psalm reading this week. Why not just do it all? Because don't we see God's beauty in creation? Don't we see God's intimate love for us as He hands us a law that says, don't do this, not because I don't want you having fun, but don't do this because I want you to live. I want you to stay alive, So we have it all coming together this Sunday. Although we only do the second half, back in Lent, we did the entire psalm. Yeah, we had the focus was on all of Psalm 19. But let's just take what we got for this week and let's just dwell on the fact that God's law, what God reveals to us through the written scriptures that we have in front of us is a good thing. It's an awesome thing. And we do give our thanks and praise to God for how He comes to us in such a beautiful way. And it is a beautiful way out there this morning. It is lovely. It is gorgeous. And my chickens are begging me to go feed them. So I guess I better get out there and do it right now. God's blessings be with you, and enjoy this beautiful, almost autumn day.